Uh, Today I'll be showing you a little bit about HTTP requests, and this time I'm going to use an Android application, different from last time when I was just using a common Java um, example, and this time it's going to be a little bit different because I'll be using a library that makes it a little bit more um, simple to implement, but I believe it's also a little bit more powerful. I'll be using OKHTTP, and it's a very common library to use with Android applications. And this one works very simple. I will be showing you how to basically make this login, which I'm using here in my final project. Um, it requires an HTML, an URL actually, and here I'm just passing a username and a password. Um, it builds a request, and then we're gonna need the HTTP client, which is being instantiated here. I created this HTTP client um, class that returns an OK HTTP client instance, and in the constructor I'm just initializing this client, and here after building a class I will call this method called new call, and this method is going to call another, actually it calls another method called enqueue that generates a a thread that it's executed in parallel with the main thread, which is showing basically the whole interface. Uh, so it says it calls a request that has been prepared for execution. A call can be canceled. Its object represents a single request. No, 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 no. Yeah. Anyways, it basically calls another thread, which is going to be executed uh, in the same time of the the main activity, because Android forbids to make HTTP calls in the main thread. Anyways, moving on. I have basically two methods here. Um, the request it can fail, so I'm just printing here. I could make like a toast here. Actually, I would need to take out these guys because toast will be executed in the main UI thread. So it has to run here, and I could give it a message like uh, request failed, failed. And then I can just like also on response, when I get a response back, I also have, I'm checking here if the response is successful, because it could be like an error anyways. So then I'm getting the response here. It has a body and I convert it to a string. And then I'm just using the JSON to user, which takes a JSON, and then it's going to parse the JSON into a user object. And after that, if the JSON, if all goes well, it calls an activity and passes the user as a parameter. And if something went wrong, it says that it's an invalid user. Uh, so I'm just going to restart here because I made some changes, and I'm going to show you a quick example of the application running. It takes a little while to build, to rebuild. Okay, let's do it again. Um, okay. So I have here a user, it's Daniel, it's my name. I'm going to give a wrong password. So when I press login, you should see here invalid user. I'm going to remove this and log in, and yes, I have access the the app now. Um, I'm going to make a test. Let's say that I don't have Wi-Fi anymore, and I'm gonna try to make it log in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and log in. Request failed because I don't have internet connection. Okay, so that was it. Um, Thank you so much for watching. In case you have any questions,